Shabbat Shalom, everyone. How are you? Today we're going to start with a review. Do you remember who the patriarchs are? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And who was Abraham's wife? Sarah, that's right. And who were Abraham's children? Yes, Abraham had Ishmael from Hagar and Isaac, the child of promise, with Sarah. And who was Isaac's wife? Rebecca. Do you remember when Abraham sent his servant to find a bride for Isaac? That was Rebecca. And who were Isaac and Rebecca's children? They had twins, Jacob and Esau. That's right. And Jacob had 12 sons, and they became the 12 tribes of Israel. We're going to see some of that in our Torah portion today. We're going to see in today's Torah portion how that happens, with Jacob having 12 sons from 4 different women. By the way, this is not recommended. Don't try this at home. Let's begin by taking a look at what everyone wants. Laban wants money, and Jacob is good at bringing him a profit, so he wants Jacob to stick around. Jacob wants Rachel, but Laban slips him Leah instead on his wedding night. Can you imagine? This keeps Jacob around for an additional 7 years while he works to earn Rachel and more profit for Laban. Leah wants Jacob to love her. She has 4 sons and thinks that surely now Jacob will love her, but Jacob loves Rachel. Rachel wants children, but she goes for a long time without any. So Rachel and Leah get into a childbearing battle by giving Jacob their maidservants to have children through them. By the way, no one asks what the maidservants Bilhah and Zilpah want. And no one approaches Adonai for his solution to all this mess. We see this clearly when Rachel goes to Jacob in frustration and cries out, "Give me children or I will die!" To which Jacob responds in anger, "Am I in the place of God who has kept you from having children?" And there's the root of the problem. When we look to a human to meet our deepest wants instead of to God, those needs will not be met. Let's look again at the patriarchs. Abraham and Sarah could not have children. Their human attempts to fix the problem resulted in Ishmael and a bunch of issues. But when they waited on Adonai, Isaac, the child of promise, was born. Isaac and Rebekah could also not have children, but Isaac handled the problem differently. He went to the Lord in prayer. Genesis 25:21 says that Isaac prayed to Hashem on behalf of his wife because she was barren. Hashem answered his prayer, and his wife Rebekah became pregnant, with twins no less. So we see that when we follow human solutions, we get a mess. But when we wait on Adonai, we get blessings. Rachel doesn't go to Hashem. She goes to Jacob as if he is her God. And since he's not God, that is by definition idolatry. So the problem isn't resolved. He just gets angry. But there is something super cool about waiting on God's solutions, and we see that in John. We know that Isaac was the promised child for Abraham and Sarah. And in John 1:12-13, we see the promised Son of God who answers all the deepest wants and needs of our souls, Yeshua HaMashiach. It says, "Yet to all who received him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, children born not of natural descent or a husband's will, but born of God." May we be born of God today, and may we seek him to fulfill all our needs. Shabbat Shalom.